Hello and welcome back to the channel Baku Crew. It's BakuBrad96 here with another epic Bakugan video. I did pick up another legacy bundle over the weekend, yesterday in fact, so I thought I would go ahead and review all of them, kind of show them all off for you, because I don't have a lot of legacy Bakugan, at least content wise, on the channel, so I'm always looking to make more. Without further ado though, I'm going to go ahead and get right into it, because I definitely don't want this video to be too long and boring. So starting off with the latest series that I have, so that will be Gundalian invaders. Here we go. This is a Aquas, I think Hex Dragonoid. I'm not sure. I don't remember the names of the Dragonoids, but I did have this one in like the dark Pyrus colors, and then in the regular Pyrus colors. So now we do have it for Aquas in the collection, the channel collection that is. And then again, it does fold down for the battle gear, not to be confused with Baku gear. A little bit different back then. I'll go ahead and move our channel mascot out of the way, and that way I can line everything up as we go through it. So there is the Aquas. Now then, moving along to a really cool Chaos Translucent Bakugan. I did ask someone in the channel Discord server what this Bakugan was. They told me, and I did forget. I don't even know it right now, but yeah, this one's really cool because it is Chaos Translucent. So yeah, a legacy Bakugan that is translucent. It again folds down for Baku gear as well. Very neat. Legacy translucents, I feel like they're actually they might be rare, but I don't know. Speaking of legacy translucents, I have a really awesome darkest Bakugan, and that is the main villain of the third series of the Legacy show. So this is Darak. And yeah, so translucent darkest, very nice. Even back then, Spinmaster did use metallic paints with translucent Bakugan, so that's very cool. Kind of see some homage to the new series in this old Bakugan. But yeah, really, really cool. Managed to nab 2 translucents, so that's very nice. This one I actually got from the guy who gave me the second Prisma Dragonoid. So yeah, didn't review this one until now, but that's the only Bakugan that wasn't included in this set. Now I have some really epic special attack Bakugan to show you all. Starting off with Quake Dragonoid, you'll see why it's called that in a second. I'm winding up the wheel, and hopefully this works. You might not be able to see it, but I know the camera picks up the sound, so here we go. Yeah, so Quake Dragonoid actually vibrates the whole card. As you can see, there's the mechanism on the inside. Very cool Bakugan, one of these special attack series. I can't believe it still works. Talking about I can't believe it still works, here is Raptor X. So it's another special attack Bakugan. And it actually spins, and as you can all see, the spinning effect does still work. So 2 really huge scores with those guys. And that's all I have for Gundalian invaders in this collection. So now I will go ahead and review the new Vestroia Bakugan. So the person I got these from did have another Cosmic Ingram. So now I have Subterra, Aquas, and then here's the original attribute of Ventus. So very nice. Managed to score a Ventus Wilda, but it does have that weird gray battle damaged, battle worn effect that Spinmaster tried out on a few Bakugan. So that's a little different, but still really cool. Again, as many legacy Bakugan you can nab as possible. They're so hard to find. They're definitely worth it. One thing I thought was funny is he actually had a translucent Brontes that was Aquas. I actually have this one, so this is a second one. Just putting that out there if anyone would like to trade. Because I'm down for trading Legacy Bakugan for Legacy or Legacy for new Bakugan. I mean, there are still plenty of AA Bakugan and a Battle Brawler Bakugan that I missed, so I'm definitely open to it. Or a Battle Planet Bakugan I missed. Sorry, misspoke there. But here is Alpha Persil. It is Ventus. I do have a translucent Ventus one, so again, just a really neat find. I thought it was kind of cool finding the similarities between the last bundle I bought from someone and then this one. You can definitely tell which Bakugan I guess everyone got and which ones they didn't. But here is a Ventus Brontes. It doesn't really open the best. Again, these are older, so you can't expect them to work 100%. The fact that the special attack works kind of made it for me. Another Bakugan that I have already reviewed before, but in Aquas, this is Hades. So this is the mechanical Hydronoid, but I do have it in the original attribute of Darkest now. The head spring did wear out over time, so that's missing. The head does fall, but it's still a really cool Bakugan. It still opens and it still works, so very nice for the collection there. I hope I'm not talking too fast, but there's a ton of Bakugan to get through. I don't want the video to be too long and boring, but I do want to show you all these awesome Bakugan. So again, I asked someone in the Discord server what this Bakugan was, and they told me it was Atmos, so very helpful there. If you were the person who did that, thank you. Again, thank you all for helping me out with names. There's a ton of Bakugan, especially in the Legacy series, and I just can't remember them all, even though I do try to. So here is Darkest Atmos, which I'm surprised by the wingspan on that Bakugan. It'd be probably a good blocker, at the edge of a gate card in the Legacy game. Like, you're not going to be able to roll past that. So, very cool design there with Atmos. Kind of just piling all the Bakugan up in a corner. And speaking of Percival, here is Midnight Percival. So I'm not sure which Percival released first, but I definitely like this one over the Alpha, just because I feel like it has a little more detail. It has more manual pieces, as you can all see from me folding out. But yeah, really cool, and I think the jaw even comes down. Nope, that must have been another Bakugan. But yeah, so here is Midnight Percival, very cool. People thought this was Alpha Hydronoid when it first released because of the 3 heads, but nope. Those are his little shoulder things for his armor. And then moving right along, I did nab another Neo Dragonoid, kind of the face of the series. It is Dragonoid, so this bundle came with a bunch. Like, this person must have really liked Dragonoid because of all the different ones that are included. But this was the first Dragonoid for Neo Vestroia, being that Neo. So again, I do have a Pyrus Neo Dragonoid. This is my second, so trade bait, if you will. Possibly, if anyone's interested. And then something I normally don't find, like I see a lot of Mega Brontes, but this is actually Mega Nimbus, so I thought that was really, really cool. Another partner Bakugan for the Chaos Brawler in New Vestroia. So very neat, very tall Bakugan too. It only has one little bend right there where that piece was bent or creased in. So I'll take it. Still works very nicely and not messed up at all. Well, it does fall flat, just like Brontes does. And another special attack Bakugan, so this is really cool. This is a Darkest Elfin with a G-Power Will. So yeah, as you can see, when it opens, the G-Power is randomized between either 3 or 4 choices, I'm not sure. But it does have some manual feet as well. If I can get them out. Can I get them out? Yeah, there we go. So, Darkest Elfin. And then last but not least, for New Vestroia, it is another Neo Dragonoid, but I lucked up because this Neo Dragonoid is the one that was released in the Legacy Combiner model, which was Maxis Dragonoid. So yeah, this is part of the big combiner, which I don't have any of the other pieces. Unfortunately, they're not in this bundle. That would have been awesome. But yeah, so this is the Pyrus Neo Dragonoid that does go with the Maxis Dragonoid set. So it is somewhat rare, I do believe. A really cool find in my opinion. A lot of detail. Definitely looks like Drago. I like the gold for sure. The gold and the silver is really nice on the Pyrus Red. But yeah, really cool pick up there. And now then going into some of the B2 Bakugan. Again, I thought this was really cool. So a B2 Darkest Dragonoid. And I managed to find a B2 Chaos Dragonoid. Sorry for the car starting up. It is morning, so people are getting ready to head out where I live. I do live in the city. But yeah, two B2 Dragonoids. So now I have 3 B2 Dragonoids. The Subterra, and now these two. So very cool on the Juggernoid collection at least. Some more of the B2 Bakugan from the first series. I do have a Ventus Warriors now, which is really cool. Look at that purple. He's a really cool Bakugan. I used to really like him. And then even one of the Warrior or Guardian Bakugan, the Ancient Warriors. So this is Oberon. It was the Ancient Warrior for Ventus. Just kind of a cool little neat fact there. Just random knowledge about the old series. Very nice design too. I like this one because it was so odd. It's just unique. It's different. That was really cool. And then another Blade Tiguera, but everyone please help me out if you know the answer. The last one I reviewed and picked up had red eyes and silver fangs. This one, the eyes and fangs are painted green. So does that mean this is some kind of fake, or is it just a different variant? Please let me know in the comments down below, because I was not sure and I can't find a definite answer online. Maybe one of you will have better luck than me. But yeah, different variant. Geez, I cannot speak today. A different variant of Tiguera. Really, really cool. And I would like to get some clarification on that if possible. And then the last B2 before I get into the one of the gems of the set is the Luminous or Luminoids. I'm always horrible with that name, but it is the horseshoe crab-like Bakugan. This was one that I did have in Ventus, and now I have it in Pyrus as well. So that is very cool. This was one of the more common Bakugan that I feel like everyone had. Don't know why I felt the need to say that, but I just wanted to. Now then, this Bakugan is always stuck in the middle between New Vestroia and like the second series, because even though it was debuted in the show, it didn't really come out until New Vestroia. So even though it's a second year Bakugan, it was really a third year Bakugan, and it's all kind of messed up. But check this out, everyone. It is a special attack heavy metal ring Sub-Terra Alpha Hydronoid. Like, if I wasn't lucky enough to find that Darkwiz for the custom video I did, here is a Sub-Terra one that's not messed up. Probably the only bad thing I can say about it is it has a little black smudge. Well, if I can zoom in, a little black smudge on the corner there. You can kind of see it, but my camera stinks. That is literally the only problem with this Sub-Terra Hydronoid. So very awesome. I can't believe I got another Alpha Hydronoid. It's a shame it's not darkest, but honestly, the Sub-Terra colors are kind of growing on me. I mean, Alpha Hydronoid is Alpha Hydronoid, right? And just to have it, so awesome. But now, it is time to get into the cream of the crop, and if you don't know what I mean by that is the B1 Bakugan. So probably the coolest, and you all know what this one is. It is, of course, another B1 Pyrus Dragonoid. So yeah, the one that I have has actually an open magnet, and this one has a closed magnet, so kind of a cool set to have now. But yeah, where it all began, the very first Dragonoid right here. So cool. Really awesome, honestly. And the awesomeness does not stop there, because if you thought a B1 Pyrus Dragonoid was cool, well, even better than that, kinda sorta, is a Aquas B1 Dragonoid. So not only did I have the two B2 Dragonoids, but there are two B1 Dragonoids as well. So Darkus, Chaos, Aquas, and Pyrus Dragonoids. Really cool, and to have two of them even be B1s is even better. Like, that is so awesome. And then another really cool pair that I thought was really awesome for picking up. I will move the gate card back, don't worry. Kind of running out of room here. Is a B1 Skyrus, so Shun's bird partner, the original Paravian, in my opinion, because Paravian kind of looks like Skyrus a little bit, but not a lot. And then I did find a Sub-Terra one, and it has an exposed magnet, so really cool. Here is the Sub-Terra, and they do have little feet you pull out. Really, really cool to find Skyrus. So even though it's not Ventus, the original attribute, that is another one of the original partner Bakugan that I have. And speaking of original partner Bakugan, I got a Praeus, like he had a Praeus. Like, I know it's Darkest, so it's not the original attribute, but still, It is a press, and it does stick a lot, so that does kind of stink. It doesn't open perfectly. I would have liked for it to open perfectly, but beggars can't be choosers. Legacy Bakugan are still awesome no matter what. So this is the darkest B1 Preyas, and one thing that's interesting, at least I thought it was interesting, the darkest Preyases I've seen before were G-Power changes. This one is actually an attribute change like these special attack Preyases were, but to my knowledge they all came in translucent and pearl packaging. This one's just a regular darkest, but it has the attribute will as well. I'm assuming that's because it has an exposed magnet, so it was one of the first to come out, probably before they switched over to the G-Power, and then they made the faction the special attack. So really cool. It can jump between Aquas, Subterra, and Darkest, as you can all see there, which is really neat. But yeah, another really awesome Legacy Bakugan and a partner one. So now I have Preyas, Dragonoid, Hydronoid, Skyrus, and Gorum, all in their, well, not all in their original factions now, but I at least have those. So that's 5 out of 6. I think I'm missing Tiguera. That is the only one I'm missing. So if I can find a B1 Tiguera, that would be really awesome. But moving along, it is a Aquas Robotalion. Talk about an old Bakugan, right? Like this is right up there with Centipede, Falcron, or Falconoid. It was Falconoid back then. So yeah, just some of the generic Bakugan you got a bunch of in 3-packs, 5-packs, that kind of thing. Robotalion was definitely a Bakugan that everyone had on the schoolyard. So just a ton of nostalgia here with that. And as you can see, man, they were weak back in the day. 250 G-Power. Could you imagine trying to play a brawl nowadays with that weak of a Bakugan? You would be destroyed in the first turn. But another cool pickup, at least for me, just coincidentally, I do already have a Laser Man with an exposed magnet. This one has a closed one, so again, I guess another pair that's pretty neat. Laser Man never was one of my favorites. It has a hard time opening. Closing it's kind of a drag because of how hard it clicks in. And yeah, it's just not a very good opener. As you can all see, it's stuck, but it doesn't open. But then to wrap up this video, probably the favorite Bakugan I got out of here. So I am going to just put the camera down because I definitely want y'all to see this rollout. Definitely, this is the reason why I got the bundle right here. This one Bakugan. Yeah, and it is my Aquas Juggernoid. That's right, you all know how much I love Tertonium, and I did it. I finally found a Juggernoid of my own, and to make things even better, like icing on the cake, original attribute. So yeah, even better that I managed to get a Aquas Juggernoid. So very, very happy about this. Like I couldn't believe it. Does have 400 G-Power, which is pretty strong for the Legacy series. But yeah, so this is Aquas Juggernoid. As you can see, the jaw does open a little bit. All the kids, we kind of made it open even if it wasn't supposed to, because you have this little pick here that goes into the roof of the mouth. Probably shouldn't open it, but as you can see, someone did already open it before I got to it. And, you know, growing up, I know that's something that we all did, was open that mouth for Mega Chomp. So yeah, so happy to have Juggernoid. This is so cool. The first Tertonium right here. This was Tertonium before Tertonium, Ramparian, and Colossus. So very cool. Before I wrap up the video thing, though, there is one question I've got to ask. Should I make Juggernoid my channel mascot? Because it's kind of where it all began for me. My passion and love for Bakugan definitely sprouted from this little guy right here. Even if my first one was Subterra, being honest with you all, I'm definitely happy to have the original native attribute for Juggernoid finally. So that's really cool. Definitely let me know in the comments down below. Would you like to see Juggernoid as the face of the channel? Or do I stay around with Elemental Finica, which is just equally as gorgeous, but again, where it all began. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoy this video. I will have more content out next week. So don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, stay safe, drum up, and Bakugan Brawl.